So when you're using the Photos app and iCloud photo library, everything in your library is synced to iCloud and it's available on all of your devices. So if you have two Macs, an iPad, and an iPhone, your Photos library should be the same across all of those. But every once in a while you may want to actually have a photo on your Mac in your library that's not stored in iCloud. Now one way to do this is to create multiple libraries. You have your main library and that's the one that's stored on iCloud. And you have maybe a secondary library that's maybe for work projects, or maybe if you're a semi-pro photographer you have a library for each wedding or event that you take pictures for. And that's not part of your main iCloud photo library. But there's a way to do it all in your regular photo library. You see, if I were to add a photo here, then it would also appear here, which this is iCloud.com. This is showing the same album here, the test album. And you can see there's 4 items here and there's 4 items there. Anything I would add to one would then be shown on the other. This is showing me directly what's available in iCloud, and this is showing me my local library, which is synced to iCloud. But there is a way to add a photo here and not have it appear in iCloud. The way to do that is you go to Photos Preferences, and there's an option here under General for importing. And it's Copy Items to the Photos library. When you do that, if you drag and drop a photo in or import it from any source, it's going to make a copy of that, put it in your Photos library, and that will then be synced with iCloud. But if you turn that off, then anything from that point on that you import will only be locally on your Mac. Not only that, but the photo actually won't move. So if it's already in a folder, then it won't be moved from there. So for instance, here I've got a image in a Finder folder here. I'm going to drag and drop that in to this album. And it's going to import it in, and I can see there's 5 photos there. So it did 2 things differently. One is that it didn't copy this photo. This photo is still only available here and only there. It's not in my Photos library. So it's not taking up twice the space. The other thing it did is because of that it's not going to sync that to iCloud. So when I look at the iCloud list here, you can see it's not adding it there. It's not available there. And I can add a whole bunch of photos. I can add a whole album full of photos with this option turned off, and those things will not make it to the iCloud photo library, even though they will be part of that same library only on that one Mac. Now it's important to remember you need to turn that off in order for things to be normal again. So I can go back into Preferences here, turn it off by checking it. So now it's back to normal. Now anything that I add will actually get added there. So let me add this picture here to this album. And if I wait long enough, eventually it will actually appear here. There it is. So you can see it added this new picture there as normal. But this other picture is not there. It's not in my photo library on my Mac. It's an external photo that's actually listed here along with my other ones. Now there's one more thing you should know about this, and that is there's a way to reverse the process. So this photo's here and maybe I accidentally did it. Maybe I forgot I had that setting turned off, unchecked, and I brought a photo in. Now what can I do? Well, you can go to File, Consolidate. You do that with the photo you want brought in as a regular photo into your iCloud library selected. So for instance, if I select this one here and I say Consolidate, it says no, they're already stored in the library. But if I select this one and I'd say Consolidate, it will say it's going to copy the original file into the Photos library. I'll hit Copy. And now it'll bring it there, and you can see it uploaded it to iCloud as well. So it's an interesting, handy little thing to allow you to use one library on your Mac and have both photos that are synced to iCloud and some photos that are also not synced to iCloud. But it's important if you understand all the ramifications of how that photo is not part of your library. It's an external file that's kind of linked into your library so it's visible. It's kind of handy in a variety of situations and something you should know about if you use Photos often.